I do want to cover a little bit today, all-time PRs versus where you're at currently in your training. And I bring this up because in line with myself going carnivore, a lot of the questions I get is, are you going to get stronger? If you can get stronger on this diet, then, maybe it's a good thing, or there's no way you'll get stronger during this period. And so I'm going to talk to those that have been training a little while beyond the novice phase. So if you are just getting started in your training, obviously you're going to get stronger. Obviously you're going to get stronger if you've been, if you're just getting started. You're going to add 5 pounds, stress recovery adaptation is going to occur. And to be quite frank, if you're a rank beginner, it doesn't matter what you're eating. You could be eating Beyond Burgers. If there's calories going in, you're going to get stronger. Okay. But then as you ride that bell curve, or as you ride that curve, not a bell curve, as you ride that curve up, the stronger you get, the harder it is going to be to get stronger. And once you ride that up, then you get your squat up and you get your press up and you get your deadlift up and your bench. When you try to add weight to those lifts, you're going to have to think about it more. And you're going to have to segment your year a little bit. You're going to have training cycles where you're trying to PR maybe all the lifts if you're a new intermediate, or if you're a more advanced intermediate. And I'm not saying advanced lifter because I don't consider myself an advanced lifter. I consider myself a chronic intermediate lifter. But you're going to have to break up and try to focus on certain PRs. And so the reason I bring that up is people say, well, do you expect to get stronger? And the answer to that is no. I expect to hopefully PR something, mainly just so I can let the naysayers know. But I don't expect to get a whole lot stronger. And the reason is, last year, I didn't miss a day of training, but my training was all over the place just due to my schedule. Like I talked about a little bit last week, I moved. My schedule was a little crazy. I was doing 1 lift a day sometimes, and I was in a maintenance mode. And again, in a maintenance mode, you're always trying to get stronger, but I was surviving. I was keeping weight on the bar, not letting it come off, but I wasn't on an upward trajectory. I think, it just wasn't the year. So now I'm training hard again. So you have to look at, when people ask me, are you going to get stronger on this diet? Am I going to get stronger than I've been recently? My best press is 265 pounds in competition in 2018. Since then, the most I've pressed in 2023, I did this. I pressed 245. So 20 pounds off. So do I expect to beat 265 during this 1 month of carnivore diet? Absolutely not. My best squat is 515. I did it at the end of 22. I missed 520 last year. I think I doubled 500 at the end of like a nice 5 solid weeks of training I had. So when you think about these numbers, you have to think about where you were when you hit them. Were you on the end of a long trajectory of good training as an intermediate? And so for me, if I hit some certain metrics on this carnivore diet, I have enough data in my logbooks that I can look back and say, hey, this was good progress considering I was eating 0 carbohydrates. But I may not PR every single lift, and I probably won't. The only lift I think I'm maybe in the running of PRing is my bench press. My PR is 375. I did 370 last year for 2 singles, which was good. I probably should have hit it that day, gone for 377.5, but I had already done the 1 single. And so I just did another one there. But just something to think about. And you should think about it, whether you're going through a cut or if you're just like evaluating a training cycle. If you trained hard last year, January through April, and then you were erratic, and then you got serious in November, December, and maybe you ran some type of 8-week, 12-week program, you hired a coach, whatever, and you didn't PR your lifts that you'd done earlier in the year, that doesn't mean the program doesn't work. Doesn't mean that the coach is stupid. It doesn't mean that you didn't work hard. It just means that you're in a different area as an intermediate lifter. And so I hope I get stronger in all these lifts. I'm going to train really hard. I would like to, but I'm not comparing it to my all-time best stuff. I'm comparing it to recent stuff. And so when we do the breakdown video at the end, YouTube style, we'll talk about it here as well. But I'll put all those metrics up. Hey, here's my all-time best. Here's the best I did in 2023. And here's the best I did in January of 2024 while doing the carnivore diet. So I just wanted to toss that out there as people ask me. It's too much to tweet back at people. But yeah, anyway, carnivore gets a lot of chatting from people.